Welcome to another episode of Sufism and Islam. As we said before, Sufism is the heart of Islam. By heart, we mean passion. You cannot describe passion through words. Passion can only be explained through poetry, through painting, through artwork. That's what Sufis emphasize a lot about poetry. If you refer to Rumi, Hafiz, Sadi, they always describe religion or their relationship with God through poetry. Poetry is a language that is hidden. It goes above grammar. Something grammar cannot explain our relationship with God. As I said before, this is to do with the way we express ourselves. And our best way of expressing our relationship to God will be through painting, poetry, and architecture. So, when we say Sufism is the heart of Islam, we must know what Islam is. Islam means submitting or submission. Therefore, Muslim is the one who submits his will to the will of God. So, who is the one who submits his will to the will of God, or who is a Muslim? Muslim is the one who is graceful, or who has, through a struggle in life or through his deed, has come to grace. Grace means a person who has overcome all personal desire, all material desire, and ego, jealousy, hatred, and greed. Such a person is known as a person of grace or graceful, as Jesus Christ was. So when Quran says, this is a book for mutaqiyan, this is a book for the one who have grace, he's talking about those who have overcome their nafs. We know in the case of Jesus Christ, he was above religion. He was a graceful. He was the one who delivered grace. And how do you explain that? Because he practiced Shariat or the law. Practicing Shariat is a very difficult thing because you must at all time battle with your own personal desire and practicing adab or courtesy toward God. Prophet Muhammad says, my brother Jesus was an Arif. By Arif comes from Marfat. Marfat means divine knowledge. So when he talks about divine knowledge, it means that Jesus had an understanding from all dimensions of life that is hidden from us. He's talking about knowledge of those mysteries and those hidden aspects of life. So divine, we know that God or beloved or the truth is an abstract, is absolute, and is an infinite truth. By that means no lie or deception can ever be attributed to God. But because of our limitation, because we only see the world in the relative term, in three dimensions, we cannot understand something as vast and as infinite as God. Therefore, our limitation start to hallucinate. Rather than knowing God through all the dimension, we start making a God for ourselves, and we start making a reality for ourselves. And our perception of God is something that is come through our own experience, and we make that reality ourselves, which has nothing to do with the God. Therefore, Prophet Muhammad came by saying that this is idol worshipping. You must get an axe and kill these idols, which is representative of your mind. By doing that, you will open the gate to reality, which is infinite. So you go above your limitation. So what is knowledge? Knowledge or ilm is a presence between knower and known. For example, if somebody playing guitar, this person has a light relationship between himself and a guitar. If I pick up a guitar, I cannot play that because I don't have that relationship with guitar. So knowledge is between the one who knows an object or a subject and practices that. Therefore, this is a light relationship. That's why perfect man or insan kamil understands the world and all dimensions of it. That's why in Quran says to Prophet Muhammad that I created the whole existence for you. Because he knew all the dimensions. He has that divine knowledge. Because he knew himself, therefore he knew all aspects of mystery and what is unknown to us. Therefore, knowledge belongs to God, and He gives it to whomever He wants. So, by saying this, if you have something, you can give it to somebody else. If you don't have something, you cannot give them away. So, since God owns all knowledge and He's the source of all knowledge, He gives this knowledge to whoever He wants, especially those perfect men such as Moses, Jesus, and Prophet Muhammad. God Himself is a teacher. Murabi or Rab, or in English we call him Lord. So the Prophet Muhammad says, knowledge is a light or a nur that is come through God and it shines on us. That's why they call Sufism or Irfan, they call it as philosophy of illumination. As I said, knowledge is a union between knower and known. Therefore, the prophets of God were not like a postman to deliver something that they were not aware of the content. They had actually experienced the holy books such as Torah, Bible, and Quran was revealed to the prophets. So they had this experience or ontological experience of this book. They were carrying that experience with that. So the experiential is a process. This experience or illumination is a process that comes through revelation. But if from our point of view, since we are limited and we don't understand the revelation and the book will not be revealed to us, we only understand some aspect of it, we start making doctrines from the holy books. And this is where everything goes wrong. That's why, for example, when somebody says Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, that God is the most giving of forgiving. We go by our own standard about giving or compassionate or forgiveness. So we think that because my compassion is so much, therefore God's compassion is the same as mine. Well, this is not the truth. That's why we have to have the perfect man. Those men of perfection, such as the prophet, had those standards, which we don't have. That's why when it comes in Torah, thou shalt not kill, that is a law applies to all Muslim, Christian, and Jewish people that no one should kill. And all killing gets forbidden. All kind of violence get forbidden. That's why we don't understand, and there is so much war and violence today. So, as I said, these are revelation because revelation comes from hidden dimensions, and since they come from different that hidden dimension, this is called lisan ghaib or the hidden language. So, in order to for us to understand this hidden language, we must start practicing all kinds of aspects of our faculties to be trained so they can understand or they can be acceptance to this revelation. That's why, for example, Jesus spent 40 days in the desert. Or all prophets and the men of God did practice against jealousy, against lust, against anger, against hatred, and they were projecting peace and reconciliation only. That's why the body must be punished. By punishment means you have to deprive body of all or most greed and hatred and anger. This is the meaning of crucifying the body, because body desires, the earthly material side of it desires power and all kind of things that is forbidden. So by this you must crucify the body so the soul can be freed. In Arabic or Farsi, crucifixion comes from qurbani. Qurb means getting close. So by crucifying your personal desires and ego, your soul gets close to God.
Imagika Film Productions, Vancouver's newest